Hi, Eagle fans. Some of you have been asking about the dates of when we can expect certain nesting activities to occur. Now, I've been keeping data for this nest in concert with Terry and the Friends of the Redding Eagles for the past, 13 or 14 years is how long I've been watching this nest. And along with Terry, we have developed a fairly comprehensive database of activities and data for this nest. At this point, I would like to share that data with you through a calendar. Here at the beginning of the year, that's kind of appropriate. So without further ado, let me show you the graphical version of the calendar first. I developed this version of the calendar so that you could see in a graphical nature the activities that happen month by month. And you'll notice that at the bottom, you will see how each month ranges in temperature as it's color-coded. You'll also see the inset that has the data listed in tabular form. Let's take a closer look at that data in the table. Yes, I'm aware that you can read, so I will just go over the few events that are going on now and coming up in the near future. Liberty and Guardian, I would expect that they would continue nest building through the time that they start laying eggs, and then that should subside quickly. Next, very, very soon, we should see mating begin between Liberty and Guardian, though that mating won't be for egg fertilization until about a week before Liberty lays the eggs. Now, the mating that goes on now is for pair bonding, which is the solidification of the relationship between a bonded pair of birds. I will discuss the concept of pair bonding in greater depth coming up. Also in the near future will be the time when the eggs are laid. From our data, we expect the earliest first egg laid around February 5th, and then the latest last egg to be laid around February 21st. Now, obviously, we don't have 16 days between a first egg and last egg laid. This data just encompasses all the years that we've seen from the very first egg to the very last egg. So that's how you can interpret that. According to different sources, mating that leads to egg fertilization occurs somewhere between 3 days and a maximum of 10 days prior to the egg being laid. If you would like a copy of this calendar, feel free to screen capture it. I will also put a link to both the graphical format of the calendar and the tabular format to the calendar in the description or the caption to this video. That will should take you directly to the image on the Friends of the Redding Eagles Facebook page From there, you can either save the image or again take a screen capture of it. So I tried to anticipate some questions on pair bonding, and I didn't know exactly what that was. The calendar does talk about mating for pair bonding, so I did some research. And the studies that I looked at are cited on your screen here at the bottom. And again, I will link those in the captions if you want to look at them. Those studies were for multiple species of birds and even for other species, but I'm going to relate to a glossary of terms that they used in relation to all birds. So examples of pair bonding activities, really what pair bonding is, can be equated to socialization, particularly between a mated pair of adult birds. And examples of activities that reinforce that mated pair of birds are things like this. Dual nest building, they build the nest at the same time. Dual object manipulation, we've seen Liberty and Guardian move sticks at the same time. Bill twining, which can be like intertwining. This is specifically the definition that I saw would be the intertwining of the mandibles of the beak. But I think for eagles, we could equally equate it to what people call being as beaky or kissy, beaky, kissy, or frisky. Other activities that are equated with socialization are contact sitting, which is when the pair of birds sits closely on a perch. Proximity, whenever they're being within a body length of another bird. Often birds don't accept that proximity, particularly during the nesting season, from other birds that are not their mate, that is. Dual singing, which would be trilling with the eagles. Food sharing, with our eagles, typically the male will bring food to the female. Mating outside the time of egg fertilization. Allopreening, which is where you see one eagle preening the other. Dual feeding, which would be feeding or foraging within proximity of the other bird. And there may be others, other activities such as dual soaring or flying, territorial defense, and others. I am not an expert on this. I'm just basically quoting the research that I saw. If you know more, please share it with us. If I've said something incorrect, please set me straight. Leave a comment. The studies that you see, if you're a scientific person, these are really in-depth studies to take a look at. Again, I will link those in the caption. Finally, for the last day of the year, I would like to leave you with a couple videos of the birds that have won our hearts over the last year. The first one is a video by Terry of Guardian and Liberty doing contact sitting together on a perch. And they're also dual singing or trilling. And this is a great example of pair bonding activity.
Beautiful redding eagles. Guardian's on the left, he just showed up. Liberty's on the right. She was up there before he arrived.
And finally, here are our beloved eaglets, Rebel, Honor, and Glory. And I don't know if the instances of this where the birds actually pull at the feathers of the others, if this can be considered allopreening or not. But if one bird grooming the other is allopreening, then it seems like this would qualify. If not between fellow eaglets, then I would assume it would look like this between adults. Anyway, I've really enjoyed being with all of you through a fantastic season, and I am hoping that we can all enjoy another wonderful season together here soon. Happy New Year to you all.